Thanks, Steve Goldberg. As Steve mentioned, there's extensive materials related to this panel that are on the convention CD. So if you didn't get that when you checked in, go back to the registration desk, because you can get that. There are Harmain materials, some materials from our litigation in DC, and a number of other things on there. And I also want to tell people this panel has been approved for CLE credit for Washington State Bar members. And if you are, you'll need to sign up on this form at the end of the panel. And there will be forms on the Guild website for other jurisdictions so that you can then get credit in your own jurisdictions if you're not in Washington State. And there's also a review form that we ask people to pick up afterwards as well. Our next speaker is Imam Mahdi Bray. He is the executive director of Mass Freedom, which is the civic and human rights advocacy arm of the Muslim American Society. And Mahdi is an incredible and powerful civil rights leader on broad issues of civil rights. He has been a leader in the anti-war movement. He has been an extraordinarily principled voice, speaking out on behalf of people in the United States who have been targeted, who have been attacked, and also bringing together different communities to bring people together in order to have a united front approach to challenging the Bush administration and now the same programs into the Obama administration. I've had the great pleasure of working with him frequently on issues and civil rights issues and anti-war issues throughout the Bush years and now into the Obama years. And I especially want to thank him for coming here today from Washington, D.C. for this panel, because he is a voice that is unmatched on these issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Myra. I think you could have done just as well, but just say that Mahdi Bray is a professional agitator. But let me just say, in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, I'm truly honored to be here. I'll greet you in the standard Muslim greetings of salutation. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, buenas noches, como ça va, konnichiwa, namaste, Iziabia Yestalin, Squadron, Jumbo, and if I missed anybody, what's up? Obama, surveillance state, and the Bush legacy. Obama, the surveillance state, and the Bush legacy. Let me just state very emphatically, after countless appeals in the Muslim community to the Obama administration, its Justice Department, to roll back the horrific encroachments and attacks of civil rights and civil liberties that the Bush administration had previously conducted on not only the American Muslim community, but the American people at large, I have to say, there's no change. There's no change. Just as under Bush, now under President Barack Hussein Obama, I, as an African American, I, as a practicing Muslim, face the double whammy. I have to worry about driving while black and flying while Muslim. To many in the Muslim community, when it comes to civil rights and liberties, under Bush or Obama, it's like my grandmother would say, it's the same soup, just a different bowl. That soup contains spying and surveillance in our mosque. That soup contains agent provocateurs and often worshipers who are intimidated to spy upon their own fellow worshipers through threats of intimidation by the FBI and other forms of federal law enforcement. That soup contains profiling at airports with a watch list that contains Muslim activists. I am on that list. Clergy and businessmen. That soup contains roving wiretaps, warrantless wiretaps, national security letters, use of state secret privileges to hide the ball of justice that people seek in this nation. The soup also contains garbage in, garbage out data mining through places like the Homeland Security Fusion Centers dispersed all over this country. Just as Afghanistan is Obama's war now, the continual attack on civil rights and civil liberties through surveillance and other forms of violations of our civil rights and civil liberties does not belong to Bush. It belongs to President Barack Hussein Obama, Eric Holder, and Janice Neapolitano, and others of their ilk. Let me just say that no one has valued the significance of the historical election of Obama than I, as an African American. I grew up under apartheid in America, in the South. I witnessed our home being firebombed by the Klan in 1955. And so it was a great moment. It was a great historical moment for this nation when an African American was elected to the highest office of the land. No one was more happier and no one took more jubilation than I. However, I must say that what we're facing and the challenge that we face as activists, as legal advocates, and as citizens is that there has been, if you will, a kumbaya moment within this administration that has created a sedative effect that is negating the most valuable tools that we have to keep our government in check. That's vigilance, and also that is scrutiny of what our government is doing. This is being dated by what I call this touchy-feely kumbaya moments that we're having now, and our not willing, especially many of us in the progressive movement, to step up to the plate and criticize the Obama administration for its travesties against civil rights and civil liberties.